I think that there's something to be said about having a big heart in business. You get exposed, but at the same time, like it has positives and negatives. Like walking away from that business is hard. But a lot of people walked away from that business. So I felt like that, like with four sons, that I didn't have the ability to do both well.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I'd either have to really dig back in to go from what was about a $260 million business to a $500 or $750 million business, flying in the face of people that were raising cash and investing with no bottom line, but just a strong top line.
Mm-hmm.
How do you compete with a guy who's got a strong top line and is investing billions of dollars in infrastructure? Eventually they'll trip and get it right. I would think eventually they'll trip and get it right.
Sure.
I'm not sure if they will get it right, but eventually, you got to
Well,
get it.
and often they burn out and they're out of business, and these investors lose a ton of dough. In the meantime, they've hurt a marketplace, right? I mean, I've seen that
a lot of
as well.
shell games. There's a lot of shell games in financial engineering, and we as investors better be responsible and wise to who we're giving our money to, because there's not really a lot of great operators out there when push comes to shove.
Right.
So the best way that you implemented was going just through a lot of failures, a lot of people realizing, all right, well, we need to do better at this time and this way and all that other.
Okay. Yeah, well, you start to, again, you change your, we went from our first year we did about $9 million of revenue. Our second year we did $27 million of revenue. Our third year we did $48 million of revenue.
Wow.
And we're sort of popping. And the person who got us to 9 isn't the same person who's going to get us to 50, isn't the same person who's going to get us to 100. And you're learning that. And you can only afford to pay so much, which means you can only afford so much talent. And, we were prepared to talk about equity and things like that, but who was really going to drive the business to the next place? So you just continue to invest, continue to try to find the right people. But meanwhile, you promote your friend, like you promote somebody over your friend or the guy who's been side by side with you, and you explain to them, hey, you're going to learn a tremendous amount from this person, and hopefully that person learns a tremendous amount from you. And there's not a lot of people who actually can accept a quote-unquote demotion.
Sure.
When someone else is being promoted into a place where they can help you and bring you along.
Sure.
And it takes a certain type of vulnerability, a certain type of leader that can step aside and say, hey, I don't think I have what it takes to take you here.